Okay, folks, going to be doing some Demon Hunter tanking or FCing if they can. If it's one thing that I've learned about being a Demon Hunter, they do not go that fast. They kind of nerf them. Great, we got two frickin' rogues.
Fatality!
stressful, but they have their rogues are terrible, and they could be the best rogues in the world, but if they can't. So if somebody wants to pick up the flag and pass it to me, that's great. But I don't expect it. See how long I can last against this guy. Motherfucker, you want some of me, little boy? And it's too late to get involved in the game now, Rogue. Just too late. What was he? He was cute. Oh my god. What a cute little rogue. Nice score. All right. Boom. Both heals with our FC. Why? So this is what it comes down to. Number one, I had heals that prioritized me as the FC instead of the immediate team fight or just being somewhere else. Number two, they had two rogues. Neither one of them cared in any way, shape, or form about the objective. For them, should have been at least one of them to slow, stop. I mean, just antagonize me, harass me the whole way. When I was coming here, when we first started, and I was heading up the hill, that's where the rogue first should have first sapped me, sapped me, blinded me. You know, what I would do is I would start out with the blind because boom, that puts your blind on cooldown, right? So by the time the demon hunter gets ready to go or the FC gets ready to, as the blind is wearing off, you can sap, and then you can either run away and wait for that to all reset and then sap, or you can attack and keep the FC kind of grounded or slowed, do a little bit of damage on him, and then just vanish. Catch up to him, boom, immediately sap him, sap, attack, maybe run out of line of sight if you don't want to use another vanish or you don't have the other vanish available. Anyways, constantly keeping him slowed and stunned and then blinded. Again, your blind should be back up when he's got the flag and he's on his way back down. And then after that, you just unleash a fury of damage on him, and then you did your part, hoping that the team comes to help you or whatever it is. But everybody has to do their part in these battlegrounds. Everybody is important. Let's just say the rogues didn't want to be on me. They should have been killing the healers for multiple reasons, but mainly so the team could concentrate on attacking me. The demon, the Death Knights on their team were both fantastic. They were both trying to. They were fighting in mid until I came across, and then they paid their attention to me and tried to get me out of there. So they did good, thank God, because I had great heals at that point. And that's really all I could say about that battleground. kind of everybody else did a pretty good job. I could have used like a mage or a warlock on an escort after I got past the river. A mage, you mainly for CCs and sheep, sheep, sheep. You know, sheep, 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 fucking sheep, 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 shit all day long. And luckily, I'm stacked mastery. Otherwise, you know what? I think I am. I need to go and fucking check. Anyways, that's the battleground as I see it should be played from everybody's perspective. Uh, it doesn't. It looks like the Boomy on their end was interested. I never saw their warlock if they had one. I don't know what they had. Two rogues, two DKs, a couple of healers, a Boomy. I think they had a hunter there. I don't know if he came in later or whatever. Anyways, that's just kind of how I sum up the battleground. Uh, when I quit PVEing and I concentrated on PvP only, it's and I loved PVE. Um, and when I decided to concentrate on PvP only, I promised myself I after seeing people getting pissed off and chat because I go into these battlegrounds with my raid gear on at the time where it didn't scale right and except trinkets. So I could go into a battleground in my full mythic raid gear, on top of that, I was always, and I'm not even joking you, this is for 2 or 3 expansions in a row. I was always the top geared hunter on my server. Top geared. And that's mainly because I was a weaker raider and my raid leader wanted me to have all the greatest shit right away. So I would always get the best stuff. I stood in fire a little bit too long or went the wrong way or, did stupid shit. Um, but I was also the utility guy on the raid group too. So I would uh, uh, have to do the shitty stuff. You know what I mean? So I would see people. My point was is that I'd have this awesome gear, right? So I would go in the mid and just burn people down. Well, that didn't, and we would lose battlegrounds. That's not how you win battlegrounds. You win battlegrounds by playing the objective, and everybody just needs to play the objective. The Mage God does an insane amount of damage, but it's his creative play that draws everybody's attention. But I've always noticed about Mage God, and this is hilarious, is that the motherfucker is always in the right place at the right time. He pays attention to the score. He pays attention to the map. He knows exactly where he needs to be, and he's there. And that's what I like. I don't care about watching some guy that can do a ton of damage if he's just standing over by the water and killing people. Uh, he plays the objective in every battleground exactly the way it needs to be played. Anyways, that's that. Goodbye.